My hat's good.
Whoa, hey, what's going on? What's going on? It is Dave Burgess. I am coming to you all the way from Vancouver, Washington. I am joined by the author of Be Real, the author of Cannonball In, public speaker, professional development speaker extraordinaire, all the way from Cincinnati, Ohio, getting ready for a storm to hit tonight, maybe. It's Tara Martin.
Hey, everyone. Welcome. We're super excited to join you tonight. We missed last week, so pumped up. We were traveling, having so much fun, visiting with people all around, and now we are back.
Kristen has joined us. Comment number 1. Look at that. By the way, look what I'm holding in my hands right here. Oh, my goodness. It is Tara's book, Be Real. That's right. Yes. Like, man, this is like kind of a thick thing. Man.
It's before we had restrictions on it.
Apparently you had a lot to say. Holy cow. Look at the size of this thing. My gosh.
Does it count that there's like sketch notes in there and stuff?
They are beautiful sketch notes.
So, yeah. So maybe that takes up a little extra space.
Yeah. I see some good stuff in here. Yeah. And some pictures, some photos. Yeah. Good stuff. Do you mean like say, oh wait, look at that. God. Oh my gosh. What?
So cool.
How cool is that?
I love it.
Relatable. Ooh, man. Okay.
Good.
Yeah. All right. So here we are. We have a very packed agenda, very well planned out for you tonight. We've like every single minute we've like delegated to a particular topic because we have so much to share with you that we decided to really spend the whole week organizing this tonight. So,
you know what that means.
It means
for all of you in here, you know what that means. Fasten your seatbelts. There's no telling where we're going.
there's no telling where this could go. So I'll start with a couple things.
Go.
So I don't know if Tisha Richmond will join us tonight or not, but I got to see some cool social media posts yesterday. Tommy is in Oregon visiting her, and they got to go to several classes and read Dragon Smart live in classes with kids. And get all sorts of cool pictures and comments from kids, and they had a great day. And they even had, I saw also they had Dragon Smart cookies made.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool. I love their t-shirts too, and all the kids like.
There's Tommy
chatting with all the kids was just the cutest. I loved it. So cute.
Totally. That was I sent her a GIF that said like, "Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?" Please stand up. He had to see his hair dyed. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's like going with the Slim Shady look now.
I love it. I love kids that have their own like style.
Her comment back was, so Tommy's girlfriend is a hairdresser.
Oh, yeah.
And Tisha's comment back was, hey, when you live with a hairdresser, things happen.
Things happen. They're testing things out. You got to practice on someone.
Yeah.
Speaking of hairdressers, I told Dave that's kind of like one thing. Like, you remember I was willing to take a chance on somebody working on my
intestines,
but I don't want to take a chance. I have to get a new hairdresser here in Cincinnati, and I met her today, and I'm pretty excited about it. But at the same time, I think I'm more nervous about her than I was about those doctors.
Yeah. Monica. Hey, what's up, Monica? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Monica.
Yeah. And Kristen's going to share. Oh, thank you. Yes. Please do share with kids who maybe have some struggles in school and let them know there's all different kinds of ways of being smart. I love that.
I love that.
Yeah. When you told me, I'll never forget. I was outside watering like the backyard grass. I can remember exactly where I was when you were like saying, you just said that there was like some intern that was going to be doing your like intestinal thing, like or something. And
they got to work with the doctor. Yeah.
And they asked me bothered by it. But then you're like, I'm not having some new person touch my hair or whatever like this. I'm just like, whoa, hold on a second. Like hair grows back. Your intestines are forever.
It's just crazy. But one thing I'll say about those interns, because I had several at that hospital in Pennsylvania, is I feel like they were just so intrigued by it. Of course, it was a rare case, but also like their level of attention to it because they're students, and they're not certain of it. And so they're like looking it all up. And, I feel like with 5 different interns looking at it, my condition, they were just like thinking of all the things, and there's something kind of cool. But maybe because I'm an educator that I appreciate that because I feel like sometimes we get stuck in our ways of just doing the same thing all the time. But it was always cool when I had student teachers.
Yeah.
And they would see things like in a totally different way, or they'd want to try something that I was pretty certain was going to fall flat.
Yeah.
And sometimes it did, but sometimes it didn't. And they taught me something,
Yeah. So I was just gonna say that about the student teachers. Is like sometimes the student teacher just brings a whole new energy into the classroom, into the school, and they're just so excited to be there that it like almost is like it's contagious. It rubs off on you, like oh yeah, this is actually pretty cool what we get to do. Like look how excited this person is to like be in a classroom with kids, and like that's good for people at all different number of years in the game to see like oh yeah, this is what it was like when I started. Like every single day was just like a adventure.
Yeah. I really was an adventure for those interns though. One of the guys told me he thought I would become a case study.
Yeah, hopefully.
They should still be monitoring me because I'm like crushing life now.
Hopefully a living case study. Yeah. So Donna, welcome all the way from Arizona, from the deserts of Arizona. Donna has joined us. We could use a little of that desert weather around here. It's a little icy out there. I've been trapped in my house for a couple of days. I got out for the first time today for a chiropractor trip and made it out on the icy roads safely there and back. So I'm excited.
So glad you didn't get stuck.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Hey, so I'm going to tease something as well. Yeah. There was possibly going to be a book released today, but we changed the schedule a little bit, and now we have a new book coming, I believe, Monday of next week. A brand new DBC Inc. book is being released, and I can almost guarantee you that everyone watching right now does not know this author, but we are very excited about her and her project. And so if you're looking to be a part of a book birthday from someone who maybe is not someone you're used to seeing in our chats and different things like that, we're going to be introducing you to an incredible educator and just incredible person on Monday. And her book is coming out, and it's coming in hot.
Coming in hot, and she's dynamic. Like you guys are going to love her.
Yeah.
New author to the family. She definitely fits us. I interviewed her at the onset, and the first thing I said when I called Dave, I was like, she belongs in our family. I don't know what she's going to turn in for writing, but right now I'm just feeling it. She belongs here. But then she turned in her stuff and was just like, loved it. That was way back last year. Can't believe it's already here. It's exciting.
So there's your hook. Tune in on Monday. Find out who the latest DBC Inc. author is. Yeah, we're excited about her book. And Donna says it is 75 today. This is not information that I am looking to hear right now, Donna.
Jelly. Toad's jelly.
We're actually not too bad today, but it is rain, like kind of rainy, icy rain today. So I'm pretty sure that you're getting a storm, Tara Martin. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't even look. Like you're the first one to break that to me.
I think you're getting a storm.
Pretty much all I watch on YouTube is TED Talks. So somebody asked me, like, what do you watch for fun? I'm like, I watch TED Talks on YouTube. They're
such an educator.
It's so boring.
It's like when history teachers, like what are you watching? Like they're watching the History Channel or something like document.
He was like, what are you learning? So I took a screenshot. I was learning I don't know, something about productivity.
Donna's just going to be at the ocean. Where are you going to be at the ocean? Where I assume you're going to be on the Pacific Ocean because you're in Arizona, so you probably just make a trip to the coast. But tell us where you're going.
Yeah, super cool.
Oh, I guess I could share some news about my travels.
Oh, yeah. Dave has a big trip coming.
So I decided to escape the winter. Last minute decision. I've never been to this conference before, but I've always kind of wanted to check it out. And so, hey, icy weather in the PNW is a perfect chance to go to Orlando, Florida. So I am hopping on a plane next Tuesday and going to FETC in Orlando. And there's going to be lots of our authors there and stuff. And so, plus just community members. And so if you are going to be in FETC or at FETC in Orlando next week, be sure to say hello. Find me. I would love to say hi. We can get ourselves a little selfie. And I'm going to be checking out sessions at FETC.
It's going to be awesome. I think he's going to have so much fun. And there's several of our authors going to be there speaking. I'll try to get maybe do a little survey so we can put it out on our Sunday 7 to see who else is going to be there. So people can hook up with them. Get a selfie, go to their sessions, buy their book, any of those things. Bring your book if you have their book so they can sign it for you. Our authors are great for always connecting, and they love to see you guys in person. So Matt Miller is going to FETC. Yeah, Matt Miller, he almost goes almost every year, doesn't he? I think FETC and ISTE are kind of his.
I know. So Matt's speaking, George Kuros is speaking, Jimmy Casas is speaking, Jennifer Costa-Todd is speaking, Eric Kurtz speaking, and I'm sure tons more, but that's just off the top of my head. Those are the ones I've seen in the feed.
Yeah, super cool. We have a lot of authors going to ISTE too. So if that's another one that's coming up in the summer. I know several of them have got their approval or their acceptance to speak there this past month. So do check that out too.
Yeah.
What else, Dave? I feel like we have
this. Have you guys read this yet?
Ooh.
Still excited and want to get more feedback from people about Happy and Resilient. Ronnie Habib, fantastic book. It's great. One of our latest releases. And I know that he's been selling it quite well when he speaks, but I think there's lots of people in our community who maybe didn't know Ronnie headed into this book. And I really think that you would enjoy this book, subtitled The Complete Guide to Joyful Teaching, Learning, and Living. And boy, are a lot of educators that could use this message right now. And so Happy and Resilient is definitely a recommended read from DBC Inc.
Oh, Donna says she's hoping to meet Ronnie in Santa Cruz.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Super cool.
Did I see Jay Billy pop in here?
He did. He said he was like in between. He's back and forth getting snow day messages and doing principal stuff.
Principal say, hey, we understand. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. It's probably a whole community of people that are like making their plans based on whether or not that's going to be a snow day or not, trying to like figure it out. I know that's big, especially like on the East Coast. Like, is it going to be a snow day or is it not going to be a snow day? Like, when are we going to get the news? What's going to happen? Who's watching our kids? That's like big stuff.
Well, it almost affected our speaking in New Jersey recently, Dave.
It did. That's right.
Like all the way until like the morning of.
The morning of, we weren't sure whether or not we were going to have our afternoon event, because if they canceled school, then our professional development was going to be canceled. Or if they did a late start of school, they might have then made it a regular release day instead of an early release day. It was an early release day, and then Tara and I were going from 2 to 3:30. She was speaking at the elementary school, and I was speaking at the middle school, same parking lot. And so it was and neither of us had an easy trip to get there. Trust me. I remember we were talking about like, oh yeah, we should like maybe see like if go visit Jay Billy or something, like we're
having
dinner,
making
like these comments. And then like, it's a good thing that we didn't set any plans, because I got there, went straight to the event, picked up Tara, went straight to the event. I was supposed to get there the night before, and Tara had a harrowing plane ride.
Delays, and then, well, Dave's plane was smart. They noted your plane was set to land at the same time mine did land.
Yeah.
Wasn't
My pilot was like, we ain't landing. We're going to Boston.
His derailed. What was it? What's it called when they like go
Detour.
detour a different direction and landed some in Boston. Mine went ahead and landed. I'm not sure if you guys watched my story, but that might have been the scariest flight. That was, in fact, the scariest flight I've ever been on. And I was so lucky. Like, I was so fortunate to be sitting next to an acupuncturist. And I normally just put my headphones on and do not talk to people, but I've been talking to people lately and I'm so proud of myself. But the lady next to me, Paulina, acupuncturist, I started feeling nauseous at the onset of the flight because it was very turbulent. We were like in the middle of what was it, a tornado, Dave?
Not a tornado, but it was a storm. And lots of wind, high winds.
Crazy storm. Like no reason to plan to feel like wobbling all over the place. I was feeling kind of sick. Like I was like, whoa, I think I might throw up. And it kept making those big drops, like boom, boom. So she goes, give me your arm. And honestly, y'all, I didn't know what she's gonna put on me. Drugs, anything. I didn't care. I just like stuck my arm over there and she stuck this sticker thing on it. And it had like this metal thing on the inside of it, like this little pressure point. And I stuck that on there and immediately started feeling better. And then it was about 20 minutes before we were going to land. We hit. The pilot was like, under no circumstances does anyone stand up. I don't care if you have to pee. Like, it didn't matter what you had to do. There was nobody could get out of their seatbelt. And it was terrible. He tried to go above the storm, below the storm. He's like, we're landing this plane. And it was just
you said there are people, it's one of those ones where like people are vomiting on the plane.
Everywhere. People were vomiting everywhere. They all had their little barf bags. And the girl next to me, she goes, give me your wrist again. And I thought, oh God, she can put something else on there. I don't care. Do it. I'm about to die over here. I'm like hyperventilating. I feel like I'm going to throw up. And the smell of throw up was everywhere. And so she pressed so hard on that thing, like she's digging her fingernail into it, like putting acupuncture. My veins are like popping out. But somehow my stomach like flipped over. If you are acupuncturist or like, you know of this, it was the coolest thing ever. And this calm came over me and she watched out the window. She's like, we're getting close to landing. I can see the street. She's like, breathe, like tell me to breathe. We landed and I thought, oh my God, I just survived. Everybody was feeling that way. In fact, the pilot came over the speaker and he said, thank you for being patient with us. Sorry for anyone who got sick. I'm actually not going to come out and greet everyone. I'm going to spend some time in the cabin to regroup. Like he literally was scared for his life.
He had to decompress a little bit.
It was wild.
Yeah.
I was fine until I got off the plane and then I melted in the airport and ate a whole bag of peanut M&Ms.
Well, I think the last straw was then we were messaging and it's like, hey, by the way, they might cancel the event tomorrow.
Like I just sacrificed my life for this.
After doing all that to get there, it's like, and by the way, you might be flying back tomorrow without doing the event. And like I was overnight in Boston and flying in the next day. But hey, we made it all work. I flew in, got the rental car, picked up Tara from the hotel, and straight to the event we went, did our stuff, got out of there.
Donna says, was he flying on a smart plane? I think Dave was maybe flying on a smart plane that avoided the storm. Yeah. We just went straight in.
Actually, my pilot said that the winds had got so high that it was elite. Like he said, like it's like elite. Like I can't land in these winds. Like it's over the threshold, and so he diverted. But
so maybe mine caught it before the illegal one, but
yeah,
it should have been illegal.
As upset as I was getting detoured to Boston, because I knew that probably meant that it was going to be like overnight, which it was. After hearing your story, I'm like, I think I'd rather spend the night in Boston.
It was bad. Little kids were crying. And honestly, it was the one time like nobody cared. Everybody was feeling like them. They were just like wanting to scream. But we lived. And, Dave, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, but I think it's just interesting how, we get connected to the right people at the right time. It's always just so cool. And I find this a lot be true, like in a place where I know no one. And all of a sudden I will meet someone who says something to me at just the right time and makes me feel comforted. Or Paulina, who now follows me on Instagram, but literally like just comforted me and helped me to overcome that super scary flight. And it's just like little things all along the way. If you're looking for it, I feel like we really do have some great humans out there. I was having a lot of faith in humanity that day.
It reminds me of Allison Absey's favorite word, serendipity.
It was. Yeah, it was. It was serendipitous.
Yeah.
For sure. So what else? That flight sounds terrible. Yeah, it's
not recommended.
Yeah, the next day I was a little nervous, but I told Dave, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like a little nervous to get on this flight, but the next day was smooth like butter.
Travel's crazy out there. Because I went on a trip this past week too. Since then, I've been on a trip. I had 4 flights, and all 4 flights had something issue, were delayed, or something. I have not been on an on-time flight in, I think, maybe 2024.
I know. Oh, I forgot about that flight. I forgot the onset of it. Remember, they had to get a jumper cable thing.
Oh yeah,
didn't even get the plane to start. They had to bring this big metal box over and electric start the plane, and it was making all these funny noises.
That should have been the first. Remember when you told me that red flags are stop signs?
Red flags are stop signs, guys. That's my new 2024 mantra. If it's a red flag, it's a stop sign. They weren't letting me off that plane though.
For all you out there in the dating world as well, remember this: red flags are stop signs.
Red flags, just don't do it.
So, by the way, this has turned into a reason not to fly planes, I guess. But I have to tell this story too. So maybe recently you saw the story about the Alaska Airlines plane where the panel, like the door panel, flew off and people's phones got sucked out and stuff. And there was nobody in that seat, or like they probably have been sucked out too. That person who was in the window seat where the panel got blown out of the plane missed their flight, or they would have been in that seat and probably have been sucked out of the plane. Well, anyway, so that was like a Boeing plane, like an Alaska Airlines plane. And it went from Portland PDX Airport to Ontario, California. That is the exact same airline and route that I flew earlier that week. So that was like basically my plane that the window blew off and had to turn around and go back. And like people were like trying not to get sucked out of the plane.
It's wild. Did you hear about that one kid's shirt just to get ripped straight off?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Kristen said, and the iPhone survived. Yes, totally. They found an iPhone on that had.
It survived?
Yeah, the woman on the ground clicked the screen or whatever, and it popped up with the woman's like boarding pass.
What?
Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, that's like one of those things where you that's going to be a commercial probably like for the
for that iPhone.
Or like for the like an OtterBox commercial for like whatever the phone case was or something. So like
the teacher found it. That's so cool.
Yeah, I think that's like a famous story. I think maybe was it those those super expensive like Stanley cups that everyone's talking about now. There was like a car fire and like everything in the car was destroyed, and like the Stanley cup was still there, and it still had like ice in it. Like they opened it up and it still had like ice in the drink. And so they turned that into a commercial. I think they bought Stanley. I think I'm getting this right. Stanley replaced the car. They got so much good PR out of the fact that there was still ice in the cup that they replaced the person's car.
That is epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that little guy's shirt flying off. I'm glad it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Can you imagine exiting the plane? You're like, at least we made it.
Yeah.
I'm undressed, but geez.
Okay. So other than that, don't worry. Air travel is very safe if you have a flight coming up.
We're not trying to scare you guys.
Which I have Tuesday, so I'm sure it'll go smooth.
All of you guys going to FETC. It's smooth. Once you get to Florida, hopefully you're good. Nice and warm there.
Nothing. I mean, no unusual weather ever happens in Florida. So
well, no, it's not hurricane season right now. I think you might be safe. Hopefully. So I bought a new snack tonight. I thought I'd share. I put it on the table. So I was like, oh, I can share a new snack. So I've been trying to cut back on like added sugars, but like sugars that come like in fruit or stuff like that. Fine, whatever. But I love raisins. Dave is not gonna like this, but for any of you guys out there that like fruit, I love raisins. And I found these. They're golden raisins that are peach flavored. And they no added sugars, natural flavors. They are so good. So if you like peaches, it's not peach season. You're welcome.
Not recommended. Only recommended by half of the DBC Facebook Live team tonight. Just half of us.
I also found a new protein bar that's like vegan. It has like all the things I'm not allergic to. And what I love about this little company, like this is a commercial, by the way, and they don't support me. So go macro. If you want to decide to support me, I'll go for it. But it's a mother and daughter like owned business, and a proceed of your of the income that they make off of this. What is it? Profits? Yeah. Goes toward the homeless. So they like give back. It's really cute, but it's good. It's like really good. So I wasn't getting quite enough protein. I'm trying really hard to get all my protein in every day, but not getting quite enough. Those are good. Go macro bar. Hey, there you go, Kristen. Try the peach ones. Let me know what you think about them.
No.
Dave, what's your go-to snack? Just so we can have one.
So my birthday cake Quest bars.
Oh yeah.
So the birthday cake flavor Quest bars. That's my go-to. Like throw in my bag, travel snack. I also like Tillamook, zero sugar, little smoked sausages.
Ooh, yeah.
Good source of protein. Throw those in the bag too. Belvita, brown cinnamon and sugar, or brown sugar and cinnamon. Belvita little wafer crackers. That's another go-to for me. What
those
else?
ones they used to sell on United.
What's that?
Are those the ones they used to sell on?
They're sort of similar to that, like the Biscoff cookies, like you get on Delta or something. They're sort of similar to that.
No, I mean those waffle ones that they used to give on United, and they were waffles. Remember that?
Yeah. I don't.
Did you give them on Delta?
Delta has little Biscoff cinnamon cookies.
No, not those. I was thinking those round ones. You used to like those round ones.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't do those.
Those are really sweet though. Awesome. Well, shoot, we have 2 minutes. We killed it on that agenda. We talked a lot about planes, a little bit about books.
Exactly. What else? So I'll show you. Here are the most. I think I have our most recent releases. Let's see. So I already showed you Dragon Smart. Make sure you pick up Dragon Smart. On the Impress side, we have Legacy of Learning, Megan Lawson. Super awesome book.
I got my book.
And then on the DBC side, besides Dragon Smart, we've got Phenomenal. Whoa. What's going on? Hey, there we go. Phenomenal Teacher, Nick, and Happy and Resilient, Ronnie. And like I said, please join us Monday night right here, Facebook Live. Get introduced to a new author, new message, new book. And like I said, I am reasonably convinced that you're not familiar with this person, and we can't wait to introduce you to them.
Yes, you are going to love her. She's so sweet. She's very...
Rob, little recipes for resilience author in the house tonight. What's going on, Rob?
Yeah, look, on our story about the plane, he put... Where is it? Another moment of resilience in action.
Yes.
And then he says here, I like this. Sometimes, and I think it's a great way to close this thing out. Sometimes it's the simple connections that are the most meaningful. And I couldn't agree more. I've been meeting people like in the coffee shop or in the grocery store or asking about hairdresser recommendations and all these different things. And I just feel like it's just like tiny little interactions where people just take a little bit of time with you and make you feel very valued and appreciated. And there's something so powerful about that. So if you are also feeling an urge to say something to someone, this is outside of my, as outgoing as I am, I'm not like one that talks to people at the grocery store. But if ever you feel that urge, I highly encourage you to do it, because people have been doing that to me lately. And it's just been really very meaningful and helpful.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
All right. Remember, if you're going to FETC, be sure to find me. Say hello. I would love to connect.
Get a selfie. Get a hug. Get some hugs for me.
Get that pirate selfie.
Yes, for sure. Well, and we will see you guys next Monday. We'll see you Monday for sure before FETC, and then I'll see you on Thursday night again for the live. It'll just be me. So come join. Maybe we'll learn something. And I won't.
Maybe I'll jump in. You never know.
Yeah, that's true. If Dave's not too busy with all his cool friends.
Oh. All right.
Bye, everyone. Good night.
Good night,
Have a
everybody.
great night. Bye.